what do you get in a movie? What do you get out of a movie when you basically go with it straight to DVD?
You get people glossing over it and thinking it's crap.
You get a hot piece of mess as well. Mulan 2, Little Mermaid 2, Cinderella 2.
Those two I only saw glimpses of. I didn't really know they existed.
Lion King 2.
Okay, that one I didn't. I knew existed, but I never got a chance to sit down and watch it.
Welcome to our Halloween special, people, where we will be talking about straight to DVD movies that come out around this particular time of the year. Particularly the one that Eli had showed me recently, Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat.
Like the
hard R.
The hard R.
The hard R. And Eli's going to be the expert in this discussion, considering I've never heard of this movie. Just until recently I thought it was something different, but yeah, man, like as far as what I saw the trailer, it looked like almost every scary movie I saw as a kid growing up.
But this one will surprise you. There's a good amount of Halloween lore that goes into this movie. And it really encourages you.
Yeah, the whole concept of there being rules to celebrating Halloween, and there's a etiquette to it, and if you don't follow it, there will be a spirit of Halloween that will come and it will haunt you or kill you. Mm-hmm. And I thought that concept was pretty interesting, but the whole presentation from the trailer, from what I saw, it looked like almost every scary movie that I saw growing up. But that's a trailer.
It shows the classic.
It shows the classic whole scary trope. Yeah.
But it has a good amount of character between runtime, between the kills, that makes you get a true sense. Like, you have to follow etiquette. You have to follow the rules, and the nice sub story that happens in there, it'll get you going. I don't want to spoil anything, because this is a movie like you really should take the time out if you're that Halloween buff that needs a different fix than the normal Halloween stuff like Pumpkinhead and the classical other scary movies. Oh God, I'm tired of these other Hollywood scary movie remakes, but I want more people to.
It's the season of remakes. It's the season of remakes. What can you do?
I know, but I want more people to be enthusiastic about other scary movies besides those ones that are gonna always drop this month. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it to y'all to go about and see this movie, but in my opinion, I would honestly give this movie an in-between of cable viewing and a front row seat. The reason why? Because it gave me a nice spin on a classical Halloween tale, and I miss that about Halloween scary movies.
Yeah, but I guess you can definitely argue that the best horror movies that are coming out today are in the form of video games.
Yes,
you can definitely argue that fact.
Some honestly,
like some of the best horror games that I have played are definitely worthy of being movies themselves. Just the atmosphere and the whole feeling of like truly being alone while you're surrounded by or just being haunted by this unknown thing that's just basically incomprehensible to your human understanding, and it's trying to kill you. That feeling, it just constantly keeps you on your toes, and it makes the gameplay and the whole story ideas so much more interesting. Like, I can list so many examples, like Dead Space, the whole idea with the necromorphs just being aboard the ship.
Don't get me on start on
Dead Space. No. It's just an example. It's just an example.
I'm saying, like, when I first picked up the demo for Dead Space, I picked it up the same time I got BioShock, the demo. I was like, okay, my friends recommended me these games. He said that it's supposed to be scary, but that fun kind of scary, that after you live through the scariness a few times, you'll get used to it. I did that with BioShock, the first one. I played demo constantly. I loved the scares that it gave me, and I said, okay, so if this is the train that my friend said I should ride on, I'll go with it. I went over to Dead Space and this is the demo, and I'm like, okay, I have limited ammo. Let me just go around there. I was like, and the first necromorph comes down the door and just bites my head off before I get a chance to. I was like, okay, that scared the crap out of me. I'll admit that. Yep. Let me just try again. Kept scaring the crap out of me for the next 2 hours. I'm like, nope, fuck this game. I'll just watch it online if it ever comes out online. And I never
You never touched it?
never touched anything related to Dead Space ever again. I love the plasma gun from Dead Space. It's a cool weapon and all its iterations.
And when I say list the example of Dead Space, I'm talking about the first one, because the second one, the third one, they pretty much shifted from like this whole horror game to like this whole action
that was the only one I touched
shooter game,
and whatsoever.
and that turned a lot of people off who were fans of the first one. And now you have in recent years and months, you have which was crazy last year, The Evil Within, which a lot of people were
they're on mixed
really
feelings
riding.
about it right now.
Yeah, it was mixed feelings, but before the release, a lot of people were hype about it because it was made by the father of survival horror games. I forget his name at this exact moment, but it was made by the father of survival horror games, and this was the man who was responsible for creating Resident Evil, who went on to inspire other people to make survival horror games. Like, this was made by the guy, but it fell off so hard because of this one idea. And Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation quotes it perfectly. He's like, hey, let's make a horror game. It's like, okay, make a horror game adhering to what? I don't know. Just make a horror game. It's like, okay, but what's it about? What's the main relevancy to the plot? What is this basically trying to establish the message of? Like, I don't know. Make a horror game. For what? Horror! And that's what it only did. It was a horror game for the sake of just being a horror game. It didn't do anything new as most people were hoping it would.
I'll admit, when I saw the Let's Plays of The Evil Within, I got freaked out at the different ways that they killed you. I'll admit that.
Yeah, the different ways they killed you was something else.
But I'll honestly say this, at one point in the game, like, you see a guy get his calf literally chainsawed open and he jumps into an elevator. Next thing you know, this guy's sprinting down the hallway with said same bleeding leg, and I'm like,
okay, this is kind of ridiculous now.
What the fuck just happened? Did he magically just sewed his thigh back
He
together?
taken 3'd it. He taken 3'd it.
He met the stranger in the elevator. It's like,
He
take
met the
3 of
stranger in
these
the
and call
elevator.
me later.
He's like, take 3 of these and call me later. And I'm back in the hallway running like nothing happened.
I'm
He
like,
taken 3'd
I
it.
call shenanigans on that playthrough. I'm like, and the dude's just still going commentary. I'm like, I'm calling shenanigans on this. How the fuck did you keep running
He
after
taken 3'd
that?
it. He taken 3'd it. And now you have in recent months, you have Until Dawn, which I heard people got a lot of praise considering how it took a book from Telltale's way of creating games, the whole linear, not the whole linear, branching storyline, and putting choices in the mix and try to like make it try to make you invest in the storyline. Like, be careful about your choices because they actually matter. And not only do they matter into the to the storyline, to the future of it, but it also matters. It also affects the characters as well, because you're in charge of several characters, and your mission is to make sure that they make it through the game alive and safe, while at the same time managing the relationships to one another, because every choice you do not only afflicts the state of the character, but their relationship with the other character as well. And that also can have inflictions on the story, depending on how they look at each other. And I thought that was really good. And the horror aspects, they were right on point. Like, the whole atmosphere, the whole thing with the monsters, and how they just appeared out of nowhere. And it just really grabs your attention. Like, there's one point in the game where this monster is straight up looking for you, and you're hiding behind a corner, and is literally peeking around the corner. It hasn't seen you yet, but it's peeking around the corner, and it's so investive. Like, if you even like move the controller even once, like, your character will let out a breath, and the monster will know you were there. So it literally even has a sign on the controller that says "Don't move," and you don't know that at first. So like, literally, you just have to. And there's nothing you can do, but you just have to set the controller down and hope it just does not move for nothing. And that's like really investive. And then the death scenes for the characters, if you fail them, like, yo man, they are so brutal. Like, straight out of
Mortal Kombat,
straight out of a Friday the 13th movie. It was just so brutal how some of the characters died. And Some of the characters you really don't want them to die too.
I like how we shifted from a Halloween themed episode to a video game.
It's technically covered in horror, man. Like, what is Halloween associated with? Horror. So yeah, this kid can cover by it.
Okay, so since you brought up Friday, can we move on to our "this shit should end" segment of this video before we move on to our final segment?
Sure thing.
So
overall, Halloween specials. We really got off topic with this, but the Trick or Treat movie, as Eli said, is a really nice watch, considering I haven't watched it yet, and this is me saying it. But yeah, if you're really looking for a good Halloween movie to relax and, you know, just relax and watch
and
while you're eating a plentiful of candies that you got from strangers' doorsteps.
I got a shit ton of
and then get cavities the next morning. This is a definitely good movie for you to watch and just, you know, relax and watch, you know. So yeah, this has been our Halloween special. This is the Fro Ninja.
It's not over, man.
What's not over?
We still have to talk about the fucked up Halloween remakes, and then we still have to talk about the Dog Soldiers.
Oh, you didn't tell me that one. You just said, oh, you know, we're almost done, right? I assumed we were done with the entire video.
I didn't say done. I said, like, let's transition to the next portion.
Oh, well, no, go right ahead, man.
We got this on tape. Y'all heard this, right? We got it on tape.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I assumed you were done with the video.
No.
My bad.
Okay. So, yeah, let's
transition.
Let's slide over from where we just were, and let's get into, like, the bad side of Halloween. Y'all know this is what's coming. Yeah, they're doing it again, peoples.
What are they doing?
I told you this in the last, just a few moments ago. They're making another Paranormal Activities movie. And guess what it's about, Hughie? Come on, guess. Guess what's the plot device for this? They have a camera that can see ghosts. And I literally just was looking at my laptop as this video was playing. I was like, close, let's watch some TV.
You know.
And then I get to AMC, and what the fuck do I see? That same fucking commercial right after the announcers of the season finale.
I'm just be honest with you people. If you want to watch a scary movie that has to do with a plot device, being able to see ghosts, and it's not Paranormal Activity, just watch Fatal Frame. It's honestly a much better movie. I'm just gonna say that.
Isn't Fatal Frame a game?
It's a movie too.
Oh well,
they made two actually.
Well, I only know it from the game. So yeah.
If you want that, just watch Fatal Frame.
So yeah, Paranormal Activity. I think they're going to be an announcement for another Friday for the Jason Halloween movie, and then there might be another Saw movie. Like always, there's a fucking Saw movie that's not announced anymore, but it's just there in the theaters when it feels like.
How many Saw movies do we have now?
Last year it was 11, I think. If they come out with this one, it's going to be 12.
Please end it at 13. If you're gonna do that.
Why the fuck would they make another one at all?
No, you know they're gonna make another one.
I'd rather watch a third iteration of that of the Collector, because they had the Collector, they had the Collection, and I wish there was a third movie, because the way 2 ended, it made me feel like there should be a third movie. Have you seen the Collection?
Yeah.
And you saw the ending. You want that dude to get fucking tortured by his captor. I want that to happen. Like, I just want a dude to be like, fuck you, fuck your fingers, your turn, motherfucker. Like, you ruined my life. I'm gonna ruin your fucking eternity.
True. But, you know,
the dude had to re-break his arm to get out of a trap. What man would do that unless they're desperate?
So with this whole Paranormal Activity business, like, it just goes to show you that they can pretty much make a Halloween movie out of anything nowadays, or just like take an old school horror
Can we
movie
talk about Ouija?
and just roll with it, like remake it until the point where there's nothing salvageable left, which I found with the Scream movies too. Because my best friend
How
showed
many
it to
Scream
me.
movies were there in all? 5? 6?
There's about 5. And the fact that he showed me that there was a 5, I was like, what?
I thought it was
ended at 2. Why did they keep making Scream movies? And The fact that it's Scream movies.
It's that gravy train.
It's the gravy train that just keep riding.
When they made Freddy. Remember Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah. How they said, and I found it hilarious. Like every time you go and find which Freddy movie was it? I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Every time you find 2, it's on the top 10 gayest movies list. And I'm like, really? And I keep asking people like, what makes that movie gay? The dude bumping and grinding on his desk, and I'm like,
that's it.
Oh God! And then the shower scene of the dude being whipped. Then the scene of Freddy emerging from a man's body.
Technically, I really shouldn't be surprised at that labeling, considering how you look at Netflix. Somebody actually took a picture of this. You look on Netflix, you look under gay and lesbian movies, I shit you not, you will see Sonic the Hedgehog the movie 2 under that list.
Sonic the Hedgehog had a movie?
Yeah. It had several movies, honestly, back in the day. So yeah.
I don't plan to watch any of them.
You shouldn't.
I'm sorry, Sonic.
But you shouldn't if you're not in the mood for like cheesiness and, blank 80s-ness. You shouldn't watch it.
I'll stick to comic books when I feel like picking them up.
But yeah, the whole Friday the 13th thing, the whole remaking like these horror movies, it really is running its course, and you can definitely see from like the concepts seen in these movies how they just keep shifting over and over and repeating over and over. Like they don't do anything different, and even if they try to do something different, other people put it down saying that, oh, it's just trying to be different, it's trying to be this,
Isn't that about a Halloween movie? You have to beat your competitors somehow.
Yeah, but the thing is, people don't want to see that. They want to see something different, but they don't want to see something too different.
They want to see the same context as the other shit.
Yeah, they don't want to see. They don't want to see something too different. Like they want change, but they don't want too much change.
It's like the video game industry all over again.
Yeah, like
you guys asked for.
No, actually, the video game industry, it can be. It doesn't even have to be that. It can be seen with any sort of medium. Like you could like have somebody. You can make like the most unique film that's tried to do something different than its predecessor. But you will still have people complaining about it, saying that, oh, it's trying something different, but it doesn't really reach my standards. It didn't reach the standards that the last one had or that the previous series had. And then at that moment, you're like, so what do you want? I mean, you said we should do something different, but every time somebody tries to do something different with these themes and these concepts, you guys shun it and try to pass it off as either underrated or B-list movies. These films are trying something different.
And I've seen some.
And there are some decent B-rated movies.
I've seen a B-rated franchise of a movie, and it still kept me relatively engaged in the cheesiness of it all. And some of it was more recent in the 2005 to 2007-ish.
And they're pretty good. But then you have people shun them, saying oh man, it didn't really. It's trying this, that the previous film did, this, that, and third, but it doesn't quite reach it. And you're thinking like, so what is it that you want from these movies? Because honestly, there's not a lot of original ideas to flow around, these types of movies anymore. Because I'd say the horror trope, like the tropes in horror movies, especially the ones that you see present in like the Saw movies and the Halloween movies and the Paranormal Activity movies, they're really starting to run stale.
They're corpses.
Like they're corpses
people are just
that are
them.
reanimated beyond repair at this point, and people are just watching it because they have nothing else to watch. Or they think it's going to be something different this time.
Or they get those stupid people in the commercials that just jump at every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. They think it's going to be different this time. And Voss from Far Cry 3 said it best. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Insanity is seeing this shit over and over again.
Expecting shit to be different. It can be, that idea can be connected with anything, and it has relevance here. People who always ask for something different but never really comply on the other end, they're the problem of what's wrong with everything in medium nowadays. tickets.
That's
They
why-
won't. They're able to like request it, but they don't follow through with it.
That's why I like certain people in various media. Right now, I'm on the train with. I gotta fucking get a job after I get out of college, and that job right now is my dream job, being a freaking storyboard artist for Bethesda. I'm sorry, Epic, you were gonna be my go-to people, but y'all with Microsoft, and right now Microsoft is on that train that we gotta always put out the same IP that people are just gonna let us milk to death, and I'm like, nah. At least I know if I go to Bethesda, y'all gonna have some innovative ideas. And y'all don't give two flying fucks what your fans say sometimes, but you're still gonna listen to your fans.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's the mentality that the audience has, like you get something, you love it to death, even though you know it's crap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I hate about some fan bases sometimes. You love something so bad that you expect it to be different, but it's utter crap. And I hate that because you're lining people's pockets for crap, and they're gonna keep giving you crap, and you're not really expecting anything different. You're just giving them money to make you fill your eyeballs with crap, and it's not right. And as a fan of several fan bases, I voice my complaints when shit doesn't go the way I expect it to go. I say this: you give me crap, I'll fucking take a shit all over your review. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can give me a free ticket for every one of your next movies. I'll just keep telling you that last movie was crap. You should feel shitty about it.
Yeah. So, anything else to add to the Halloween special, man?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Dog Soldiers and how it's taken a very long time to come out with a sequel.
So, Dog Soldiers, I remember it very briefly from the video you showed me. I think that was like 2-3 years ago.
2.5.
2.5 years ago that you showed me. And the concept I remember very briefly, but not like too much.
It's basically you get these.
Like you have these soldiers.
They're basically supposed to be taking
they're
an
supposed
exercise.
to be taking a training exercise, and slowly they find out that there's something else more in the forest that they're supposed to be exercising in. So yeah, and there's something slowly more, and it's coming after them, but they don't know what it is.
But they're basically, if you haven't seen the movie yet, it came out in 2002 or 2003. So what's wrong? It's a werewolf movie. Like,
but please don't be put off by the quality that makes it look like it was made in the 90s or the 80s.
It's 2002.
It's 2002. It's just the way it was recorded.
And plus, this was recorded in Ireland. So yeah. Don't give the movie too much flack. It's a good read. I mean, it's a good watch. If I had to, I'd give this a between a cable viewing to a front row seat.
Yeah. So along the way, the soldiers find themselves in this abandoned house, and then they notice several signs that there was once a family here. And then they start, and slowly but surely, the things that have been tracking them down while they've been exploring throughout the forest, it eventually catches up with them.
Well,
and then
it caught up with them before they reached the house.
Yeah, it caught up with them before they reached the house, but then the signs start to connect that, oh man, the monsters that have been chasing us this entire time
lived here.
They were once a family, and we're in their house.
No, they're technically still a family.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They lived here, and we're in their house,
eating their food.
They have and the soldiers are. One of the soldiers is stating this fact to the ones that have been basically hanging up their foot here. They've been getting comfortable in their house. And one of the soldiers is saying, like, this is their house. Like, they lived here, and we're basically taking over their home. They have every right to be angry at us.
And they're not going anywhere.
And the soldier's like, we're not going any fucking where. It's like, fuck this training exercise. I'm staying right here.
But the thing is, the training exercise is a ruse. The whole thing is a ruse to get them to be bait so that the werewolves can chase them. But the special ops guys that were monitoring them got fucked over because the werewolves attacked them first.
Yep.
And that was funny, because through the whole movie it's a chase, but it's a chase that stops and becomes that
It becomes a tower defense.
It becomes tower defense, but it becomes that tower defense where you know one side doesn't have all that much to support itself. And even when they do the several moments of we're gonna do our stand, one by one these guys get chipped away until the point where they have to literally like persuade these guys, the werewolves, to chase after them because they are living meat, and they literally get chased without no weapons for a few scenes, and I find that hilarious because you're getting chased by creatures that are faster than you and more superior and more intellectual than you in every way. That's been calculating your every strategic move. And the twist, I'm not gonna spoil some of the twists, but there's a twist in here that makes you say, "Fuck that girl." It just makes you say, "Fuck that girl."
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, you're gonna get that moment, and then when you get that moment, you realize, fuck, there's no way out. But one of them does get out. I'm not gonna say how he gets out, but he gets out, and like the ending gives you that newspaper snippet that says werewolves killed my platoon. Oh, and by the way, Germany defeats England. What was it? 3-7.
It became, a headline, basically. The whole shit that he had to fight for his entire life while watching his squad mates die. To the rest of the world, it was a headline.
And if you like actually zoom in on the article below him, his superiors think he's fucking crazy that he went AWOL. But then it's just a big cover up because they know the bodies. There's no reporters see the fucking bodies, even though it's a bunch of charred bodies. You see a good portion of bones and shit all around the building.
God damn, I'm tired. Sorry, man, I'm tired. I messed up your speech and for what? I said I'm tired.
Tired of getting laid? Because that's all you've been talking.
Who would get tired of that?
You've been talking about that for the last 2 weeks now, bro.
Because that's all I've been doing. What do you want from me?
I want you to at least pay attention.
I am paying attention. I just said I'm tired, nigga. Oh, continue your rant then.
All right. Well, so like I was saying before, this one over here said he wants to go to sleep.
Fuck you.
Nigga, I did not curse at you. Fuck off.
You just did.
Now I did, because you started.
Go ahead, man. Shit. I'm tired.
I expected this from Froggy. He comes back, but no, it had to be you. Anyway, so yeah, they you know it's a cover up by the end of the movie, but it's that they didn't put out the second movie yet. They've had it on the back burner. Even when you go into the wiki, they have a few short clips of of stuff they want to do with the second movie. And the second movie was slated to come out last year around this time. And I was sad when it did it, man. I was like, dang, I know now it's canceled. And I really wanted to see a follow-up to it because it was really interesting. It was good.
I thought it was an interesting movie too.
It was a nice give into
the whole
the whole werewolf
thing, the whole werewolf thing.
And I was like, yeah, this is how werewolf's supposed to be. Fuck you, Twilight. This is how werewolf's supposed to be.
I was just about to say that. It has to do with werewolves, and it's not Twilight. So
I was like,
it's a good watch.
I was like, you're pussyfooting werewolves.
If it has to do with werewolves and it's not Twilight, you know the shit's good. So yeah, anything else you want to discuss for Halloween special?
Stop asking for crap. Just stop, because if you keep asking for crap, I'm gonna come all over to your place and just smack you silly. Like you should feel like shit because you're making your kid think of this as Halloween. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, don't fucking reproduce if you still like your shit. I don't care if y'all offended, but seriously, stop loving shit.
Oh no, you threatening the people now, man.
Dude, I'm tired of seeing shit. If I have to go threatening them like I did with Michael Bay, then so be it. But they asking for shit, I'm gonna be shitty to them.
Yeah, so that's our man Eli, man. So that was our Halloween special. We're done now, right? I don't want another, interruption like earlier on our hands. We're done now, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I know you're angry right now, but
I want to Gaddafi somebody right now.
he wants to Gaddafi someone right now, but it's not gonna be you guys. Don't worry, you're safe, at least for now.
Doubtful. Be always doubtful of that fact.
Don't be doubtful.
Yes.